Hi, my dear students. Good afternoon. So, welcome to the online video class session of sociology. So, here some of our students are asked about the concept of nationalism and the important features of nationalism. I think Arun was asked about this question, and that is why I was preparing a video on the features of nationalism. So, my dear students, in our previous class, we discussed about the concept of nationalism. Okay, what is nationalism? So nationalism is nothing but it is a spiritual concept, so which is originated in the minds of the people, uh, those who are having the same race, same language, and same traditions, same culture, and same religion. So where there is a kind of the similarity, then there is a possibility to rise the concept of nationalism over that particular region where they are living. So here the politics inhabiting or a territory or a geographical unit is a determining factor of the nationalism. So, for example, a particular people are living in a particular territorial geographical area. They have a certain kind of love or a special interest or affection regarding that particular area or that particular place, or that is called a kind of patriotism. So, here the concept of nationalism is a spiritual concept, and that concept was defined by various political thinkers we already discussed. We have seen already different kinds of definitions, like Arnold Joiny was given the concept of nationalism is nothing but the material or mechanical. It is a psychological feeling which is having by the people. So according to him, the nationalism is nothing but it is a psychological feeling of the people of particular area. It is nationalism. So like that, Alfred Gazia. So according to him, the nationalism combines love of a country or suspiciousness of a foreigners. So it means the people where they are living, they are maintained or they were having a kind of love towards their country, and they were having a kind of suspiciousness about the foreigners. So it is nationalism. And like that, we have seen another definitions like Ramsay Mayer. So Ramsay Mayer also defined that nationalism is a body of people who feel themselves to be nationally linked together. So it seems that the nationalism is nothing but it is a link between the people for, for the sake of togetherness, in favor of their living area, in favor of their nation or territorial geographical area. So it is a nationalism. So like that, we have seen various definitions about the concept of nationalism. So my dear students, here there are various kinds of important features. So these important features are helps to understand the concept of nationalism in a detailed manner. So there are approximately 3 to 4 important features are there. So one, the first feature of the nationalism is it is a sentiment. Nationalism is a sentiment. It is one of the first feature of the nationalism. So it is a sentiment that has to do with an attachment to a common homeland, a common language, a common ideas, a common values, and for the common traditions. So which is identified by the a particular group with symbols such as a flag, songs, and it defines it's different from others. So here the nationalism, first feature of the nationalism is it is a kind of sentiment. So that kind of sentiment is for what? Sentiment for what? Sentiments towards their homeland. Homeland means the area where they are living. So sentiment over their homeland, and sentiment over their language, and sentiment over their ideas, sentiment over their languages, culture, values, traditions. So these all are a kind of sentiment. So it means the nationalism is nothing but it is a kind of sentiment. So we will give respect to that particular sentiment. For example, India has its own national geographical identity. So India have its own homeland with a geographical territory of 28 states and 9 union territories. And they have different kinds of languages. For example, some of the countries have only single languages. And we have different kinds of languages. Approximately there are 200 languages are there. But the government of India, the Constitution of India was identified 22 languages. But out of that, the Hindi is our national language. Rashtriya Bhasha antaru dani. So the Indians have their own ideas and their own values, their own traditions. Like sari. Sari is the tradition of India. Wherever we go, all over the world, if a woman wears sari, so automatically she is recognized as that she belongs to an Indian. So like that. So here the nationalism is a sentiment. That sentiment is identifying by the particular group, and they have their own symbols. For example, if you take India, so India have our own flag, Tiranga Janda. So saffron, white and green, with and it has its own song, national song. So like that, it defines that this nationalism is different from others. So India has their own nationalism. Pakistan has their own nationalism. Americans has their own nationalism. Their flag is different. American flag is different, Indian flag is different, Pakistan flag is different, Russian flag is different, and their own national song is different, our national song is different. Like that, it is a sentiment over that particular symbols. And the second, the feature of the nationalism is how a sentiment of attachment to homeland and common culture can be transformed into the political demand of that creation of state. So we have a kind of patriotism towards India, and that we have grown up a kind of sentiment or a kind of attachment regarding our homeland. That kind of attachment or that kind of sentiment is leads to transform into the political demand of for the creation of state. Because if you take for example, if you observe the Indian independence, before independence scenario, the Indians are arisen a kind of sentiment, or they are grown up a kind of attachments towards their homeland, and they were united their own common culture, and that kind of united that kind of sentiment was transformed into the political demand, and they were demanded for the independent India. So it is a kind of the sentiment, and it leads to the political demand. For example, the Telangana, before 2014, the Telangana is under the state of Andhra Pradesh. But from 2001 to 2014, a kind of assertion was came by the people from all over the Telangana. So that kind of attachment, that kind of sentiment is transformed into the political demand that they are demanded separate state of Telangana. And likewise, the Indian national movement also led against the British rule, and they have demanded their own self rule, independent rule. So that kind of assertion is caused by the sentiment of nationalism. Okay? Then the third feature of the nationalism is it is a kind of a capacity to bring the people together. So the nationalism is a kind of sentiment. It brings together the people. It brings together the people. So India, for example, if you take India, India has different kinds of people. If you take region wise, North Indian, South Indian, East India, Northeast India, West India, like that. But if you take language, so there are n number of languages are there. So for example, if you take South Indian languages are different from North India. So North Indian, almost majority of the dominated language is the Hindi, and whereas Northeast Indian languages are different. Nagaland is Naga, Mizo. So like that there are different languages. But even though the sentiment of nationalism is united to the people, and it has a kind of capacity to bring togetherness of different people, and they have their own different cultures, but that kind of all culture is tries to bring together. So here the nationalism is not merely in invention of the ruling class. It cannot be, the nationalism is cannot be supported to particular tradition. It tries to balance all the cultural variations. So it builds the sentiment. So it brings all the people into one umbrella, under one umbrella. So that kind of sentiment is how to the nationalism. So this is one of the most important feature. So it has its own capacity to bring the people to unite or togetherness with the name of nationalism. So today, if you take any country, they have their own historical backgrounds. But when they came to the issue of nationalism, they are claimed themselves that we are belongs to particular nationality. For example, if you take India has different kinds of states, but all the people proudly say that I am an Indian. And United States of America, so the USA has approximately more than 50 states, but all they are proudly say that we are Americans. So like that it brings togetherness. So these are the important features of nationalism. But there are different forms of nationalism during the period from one phase to another phase. The concept of nationalism is historically moving on. So in the 18th and 19th century, it is acquired an imperialist form of nationalism, and it struggled for colonies in Asian and African continents. It was played an important role, and this kind of nationalism is uh, associated with the concept of liberalism and democracy, constitutional activities like that. There are different other linked concepts were developed, and the concept of nationalism also an important in the recognition of Europe, because it was unification of Italy. The unification of Italy is possibly only with the strong identity of nationalism, and the German unification is also possible by the strong nationalism of the Germany. So, like that, Habsburg, Ottoman empires, these all are a kind of unifications. And if we discuss about the concept of nationalism after the First World War, after the First World War, it was acquired an aggressive and racial shape in the form of fascism. So it has a drastic change has came. Before the First World War, the nationalism is different, and after the First World War, the nationalism is different. The aggressive and racial changes are took place after the First World War, and in the during the 19th and 20th century, it brought a kind of awakeness in the Asian and African countries, and that kind of awakeness is caused to run the liberation movements. So, in Asian and African countries, many of the countries and various countries were led the movement, independent movements. So, that is caused by the nationalism. And after the Cold War, the disintegration of Soviet Union and the rise of number of states have once again shown the domination of nationalism as the political force. So when the European Soviet Union was uh, disintegration or dissolved, then each and every state has their own kind of nationalism, and they have they have led a movement for the sake of their political force or political identity. So that is also a kind of phase. So here the concept of nationalism is different from one phase to another phase. So it means its structure and shape was different in 18th century. Its structure and change was different from 19th century. It was a different manner in 20th century, and after Cold War in the contemporary time, it has its own structure. So like this, the concept of nationalism has its own phases. So my dear students, this is about the concept of nationalism. So here we studied what is nationalism, how the nationalism is defined, and what are the important features of nationalism, and how the nationalism has moved forward with different phases, or we can say the forms of nationalism. So my dear students, if possible, I will make another, I will take another class about the national identity or the factors which are caused to the national identity. అంటే జాతీయతను పెంపొందించుకోవడానికి గల కారకాలు ఏమున్నాయి, ఏ కారకాలు మనలో జాతీయతను నేను భారతీయుని అనే ఒక భావనను పెంచుతున్నాయనే విషయాన్ని మనం నెక్స్ట్ క్లాస్లో మాట్లాడుకుందాం. ఓకే, బాయ్, టేక్ కేర్.